Time now is 12:27, and lawyers for Boston Marathon bomber Dzhokhar Tsarnaev rested their case in the penalty phase of his trial as they try to save him from the death penalty. 22 News reporter Julie McDonald is live in Boston with the latest.
Lawyers in this penalty phase of the Boston Marathon bombing trial have finished calling witnesses. Both the defense and the prosecution have rested their case. Now jurors in this portion of the trial will move one step closer to deciding whether Dzhokhar Tsarnaev will live or die. Now, one of the most anticipated witnesses in this phase of the trial, we weren't really sure whether we were going to hear from Sister Helen Prejean. She is an anti-death penalty advocate made famous by the movie Dead Man Walking. It's based on a book that she wrote. She was a prison minister and got to know men on death row as they were awaiting their executions, and served as a spiritual advisor to them. Wrote that book, became a movie, and now she testified today against the death penalty. We weren't really sure, again, like I said, if we were going to hear from her. Last week, the prosecution and the defense met with the judge for quite some time. We were waiting during this trial to find out if she'd be allowed to testify, but she did this morning for about 15 minutes, talked about, really it was the first time that we heard any remorse connected with Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. He's really seemed almost bored throughout this trial, even as we heard testimony from victims' families and survivors. Never really saw a whole lot of emotion from him, but Sister Helen Prejean talked about 5 different occasions that she met with Dzhokhar Tsarnaev. She said that Dzhokhar himself said no one deserved to suffer like those people there at the finish line that day. It's really, like I said, the first time that we've heard anything like that in connection to this bomber. But stay with 22 News as we continue to follow this trial. I'm going to be live right here outside the courthouse tonight on 22 News starting at 5. There will be no court tomorrow, and then closing statements will be made Wednesday, and then the jury will begin to deliberate. Live in Boston, Julie McDonald for 22 News.